Hey guys, it's here bringing you another video. Welcome to my first ever MSI casting. So I was lucky enough to be selected as a official co-streamer. And I'm taking the opportunity. Today is day one of MSI. The FlyQuest game just happened. This is game 2. I wasn't going to stream today, but Miss Maya's been a little bit ill, so I wanted to stay home. So I'm not gymming today. So yeah, my camera is blocking the bans. I think, again, it's going to be really awkward to not ban, block anything. So just to say, their bans, T1's is Vi, Nautilus, and Sedge. And then EST is Ash, Twisted Fate, Senna. And then we got some picks. So, oh god, okay. So the way I would say, you know, everyone's predicting this is going to be a 2-0 stomp. Obviously, it's T1. Arguably one of the best teams in league history, if not the best team, against I think it's a Latin America team. So everyone's expecting it just to be a stomp. I would say the best way, and this is what has happened for years, that EST probably have, is to get an early lead and snowball. And that's probably why you're seeing a Draven. Because if you go to the game of, right, let's build a scaling team comp against T1, you're probably just going to get beat in terms of being, you know, the good players that T1 are. But if you have a Draven and you can get that early snowball, and you really have to push that snowball, go for the dragons, go for everything early while the Draven is really strong, maybe you've got a chance to win. Obviously, it goes without saying, if you don't get ahead, it's going to backfire because then they don't have scaling. So yeah, this is played on patch 14.8, so technically last patch. So this is not including the Sejuani buff that just happened. Although Sejuani is probably quite strong. So yeah, the patch that just happened was 14.9. This is being played on the MSI patch is 14.8. So you've got Kalista, Nico, and Lee. Obviously, Nico can actually be a bit of a flex pick. You can obviously play Nico mid. You also can actually play her support. And that actually isn't too bad with a Kalista because you basically yeet a Nico in and then she can ult. So it's not the worst thing in the world. So Rel Draven is quite an aggressive lane. Ari's a very safe mid laner. And to be honest, you probably just want to play a relative safe mid laner when you're playing against Faker. Are you really? You're not playing Teemo. So I will say audio-wise, if you're wondering why is there no audio, I have what's called the clean feed. That basically, the only audio that I'm being sent is the in-game audio. So we don't get audio yet. Let me know if you'd want me to have the standard feed until the game begins, because then we'd have the casters talking. I just don't know if that would be a little bit messy. And it is the Nico support, which obviously, as I said, goes really well with the Kalista. It could be, I was going to say, it could actually be Rel Jungle. It could be Rel Jungle, and now they're picking an actual support. Okay. He picked Yone. Okay, wow. Ooh. I mean, again, the only way that you've arguably got, as I said, to beat T1 is Snowball and have some crazy strength. Draven can potentially Snowball, and you never know with a Yone. You know, Yone is a crazy champion. Yeah. So Mr. Cassante is always strong. Never underestimate him. Lee Sin is always a good competitive pick. It just depends, you know, in the hands of the player. What can they do? As for comp, who would I give this to right now? I like the odds, hilariously, of T1's comp a bit better. I think their wombo is really nice. So they've got, you know, Nico with Kalista combo with an Orianna ultimate over the top, with a Lee Sin potentially getting a pick of a kick. That's a really nice, just like kind of meshed gameplay. Cassante can just fit into any comp practically as well. I think EST's comp, should I say EST or EST? Whatever we want to call them. It's a bit more of an individual comp. A bit more individual champion strength rather than cohesive strength. They are really needing to... Well, hilariously, they need both sides of the map to win. Mid lane can go even, that's fine. It's an Ahri. She doesn't have to win, especially against an Ahri. But Yone, I would say for them to win, Yone has to do good. And Draven has to do well early. If either of those two don't do great, they're really going to struggle. Yeah. We'll see how this goes, though. Volibear jungle obviously has got okay-ish pressure. you know, early to mid game, he technically falls off a bit in late game, but so does Lee Sin. Is Vanguard out on live? Yes. And here we go. We got audio. So Twitch chat, who are watching live, let me know if the audio is okay, if I need to increase it or anything like that. This is our first game we're casting. I'm not even... Well, I don't even hear anything right now. Well, it's very, very quiet. All right, let me know if that's better.
Minions have spawned.
Minions have spawned. If you can hear the in-game music, it's completely fine. That actually might make it a bit too loud. What I might do... Let me know if this helps. Do I know caster? Because I don't want the casters. Alright. Everything's standard. Yeah. No one's done any funky runes. Everything's really standard, which is what you'd expect. Oh, it's Laney. Oh, no, it's a Nico. I got baited. It's not lane swap. Is it lane swap? Oh my god, it is lane swap. Oh, it is. I got baited and then baited again. So unfortunately, and I do say unfortunately, and this is something that I know a lot of people, including myself, really hate, is lane swap meta. Now, if you're wondering, so why would T1 be the team that wants the lane swap to happen? Very simple. So I've literally explained the way that EST has to win this game is you have to have both sides of the map win, like snowball and win. You need a Yone to beat a Cassante, and you need a Draven to stomp a Kalista. If you don't play those lanes, what is going on here? If you don't play those lanes, they, in theory, can't really snowball those lanes. They'll get ahead, but they won't snowball. Guys? I wouldn't share XP against Faker and then leave, like, T1 free farming as a duo top. Wow. So that's 4 people bot lane. This Yone, what is he doing? This Yone has got, right now, both top laners have 0 farm, by the way. It's the Yone from my recent game. God, no. So I really hope that lane swap meta doesn't continue in MSI, but if people are doing it on day 1, it likely is going to be here for the whole tournament, unfortunately. But yeah, I will be honest, like, lane swap meta that happened, I want to say 3-4 years ago, I do actually think it really hurt pro play. I think it really hurt viewership and people got really bored. So hopefully that's not continuing. Nico comes in looking for a gank and leaving, by the way, this whole time Kalista free farming in top lane. And now Yone is back to TP top lane. So he arguably, strategy-wise, he arguably has done this kind of insane, weird play to eventually do that. To, hey, there's 3-4 people bot lane, you know, you need to come see this, and then Yone can go back top lane, in theory, in a 1v1. Now, the funny thing is, Kalista against Yone doesn't even sound like the worst thing in the world. Some people in solo queue use Kalista as kind of a cheesy top laner because she's so good against melee champions. You can't, you know, pin her down when it's a good Kalista using the hops and stuff. Like, you can't get her. So, hilariously, this is actually a really good situation for T1. He still has 0 CS, this Yone. So, again, even though it's a bit boring, lane swap, etc., T1 so far has just showed, like, we have complete domination. What are you guys going to do? And it's up to EST to try and make something happen, because if they don't make something happen, T1 are just playing this game for free at this point. And as I said, the only way that EST has to win, I would say, is snowballing. And what has T1 done? Their whole strategy, oh, big flash by Rel, going on a single target, going on Kira to hope to get this shut down. Doesn't work. Again, audio's cut out. There's nothing I can do about that. And they've just straight up lost the fight. Again, so you're seeing EST being like, hey, we have to win the early game, which they do. but they don't really know how, you know, to do it. And it's because T1 have just played the game perfectly, in essence. They've basically, where EST in, you know, in champ select and everything. Oh, he's dead. Yone got a kill. Let's go. Yeah, in essence, EST, you know, loading into the game after picking their champions would have been getting into the mentality of like, okay, we're doing Draven versus Kalista and Nico. We can try to go for an early all-in. And then, you know, Yone will be thinking. And then when lane phase starts, it's like, oh, wait, we're not against those people. It immediately kind of makes you kind of go, wait, what? So, yeah, really, really smart by T1, to be honest. Just takes away, in essence, the win condition. So I'd say Rel went a little bit too early. If she waited her flash until Yone was actually at the play, she went a little bit too early, and that actually made them all vulnerable too early on in the play. Good dragon kill. One thing that is noticeable, if it is still true, I watched a bit of Worlds. T1 does not care about early dragons. They legitimately don't give a care. They give them up all the time. Ooh, they're going for it. So again, a way that EST can try to claw their way back in a little bit is using number advantage. So I think that is maybe what they're going to go for here. So Yone is on 11 CS right now, everybody. One thing you'll also notice, by the way, both mid laners, and it's a very, how do I say, it's a pro play thing. You can do it in solo queue as well. And by the way, the lanes are now becoming what they were supposed to be. It's bot lane versus bot lane, but in top lane. So Draven right now, as a champion, he probably still has strength over Kalista, but Kalista's got XP advantage because obviously she was laning alone in top lane for a few waves. And that also, Yone being one killed already once, but also he was really like denied XP. He was sharing XP. The Yone is behind, and if Zeus is smart, he should try to freeze out the Cassante, because freeze out the Yone, because there's just nothing he can really do. Hey Ashes. So T1 are pushing this slowly. But yeah, very slowly. They don't want to have like a free freeze for the enemy team at all. Volibear is on his way top, so they're going to potentially go for a play, which again, right now, they actually have decent strength. Rel being level 4, I guess, is like the negative, but Draven level 6, Volibear level 6, Lee Sin is probably sensing that might be happening, so he's either going to make his way top lane, or he is going to go and finish the little scuttles, or grubs, whatever they're called. Nice poke. Nearly kills the Rel, and that's the disadvantage of Rel being level 4. Draven does a nice job and does actually some return damage, but also takes a bunch of damage too. CS Tag 27, the brand new Prime. Welcome, dude. So mid lane is very even. As I was saying, I think my point got delayed. Mid laners rush tier 2 boots. It's pretty common. It just helps you get back to lane and makes you less reliant on TP in the early game. And right now, you know, Orianna and Ahri, neither of them have to win lane. They're both just kind of like, oh, let's get to mid game, get our first item, and then we'll go for plays. Obviously, I think that does benefits T1's comp. I think they have a cleaner win condition, if I had to say it. Oh, Mr. Cassante getting a tower plate. So nearly triple farm right now in the top lane, and first tower is going down. Kalista, you know, is worth saying. She is a fairly early game AD carry herself. You know, it's not nice. It's not a free win for Draven in lane, but it is skewed his way a little bit in normal laning, and that's obviously again what T1 denied was normal laning. Some people may also ask, and this is kind of the interesting of like, what can you translate from this into solo queue? Could you do this in solo queue? Not really. So to pull this off, you need really good coordination. You need really good team play, and that just isn't something that happens in solo queue. Could you pull this off if you're playing Clash? Yeah, I think you could probably pull this off if you're playing Clash. Or flex as 5 people. Oh, thanks, dude. CS Tags is not as into solo queue now. So glad to see you're doing MSI co-streams. Thanks, dude. Appreciate it. Again, I do have to say thanks to Riot for just allowing me to be one. Like, if you go look at the official co-streamer list, Let's just say one person does not really belong, and that's me. The American, just the English streamers for North America. I don't know Mrs. Chim Chim, but it's I Will Dominate, Sneaky, Double F, Meteos, and LS. And then the European English is Jack Spectra, Yamato Cannons, Cadril, Jizuku, and me. So, yeah. I'm a little bit on the smaller end. All right, so EST going for a play. Big Nico ult actually doesn't do a lot. Volibear following up with a Yone ultimate. This is what EST has to do. They really have to push early. That was a really weird Lee Sin flash, but actually really clean into an Orianna ultimate. Zeus is on his way. Flashes have already been burnt. They've got nowhere to go. Zeus, again, ignoring the Draven, knew he was dead. He's going to go straight to see if he can get the Rel, but her W comes back up. He's still going. He's got his ultimate. And now Rel will die. He pops his ultimate. Is still going to go down. But that was arguably EST's best chance to get the early lead. And it started pretty good. They completely negated the Nico ultimate. But then the rest of T1 showed up. Faker was slightly late to the fight, but then he ends up with 2 kills. Yeah, and that's the thing with T1. You know, you play... You do arguably an okay play, and you're like, oh, this fight's going good for us. And then T1 show up, they play it really clean, and voila. That Lee Sin, if you actually watch, again, if the replay shows, the Lee Sin play with Ori, with Faker, was very good. So here, look, by the way, they completely negate Nico ult. Ori gets out of it, Volibear ult, so that Nico ult hit nobody. Unfortunately, if you do watch the Ari, by the way, quite a lot, she missed, I think, every single charm. Look at this combo. Really nice. So the Lee Sin got a kick, which then also hit the Rel airborne, and then the Orianna ultimate came in. Really nice play. So yeah, damage in that fight. You can see Faker doing nearly 1900, Lee Sin doing nearly 1600. Ari does do 14, nearly 100. If she hit a charm, it may have gone a bit better. But the fact that Draven, of all characters, is behind is really bad. So again, you know, Yone having this awful early game because of the lane swap. I'm not really sure about, you know, why he was laning mid lane for a while. But again, Yone does scale. So it's where, like I sometimes say, even in solo queue, don't play early game champs because, you know, if you have a bad early, at least you scale. Yone knows that in his head. He knows, oh, if I get to late game, I'm okay. Draven doesn't really have that. Now, it is worth saying he's against a Kalista, which, again, Kalista is not the most late-game powerhouse either. Oh, were they thinking of diving? I guess Volibear's on his way, but diving Faker right now on first item complete, that is a Seraphs, which gives him a shield to survive, is risky. Whoa, hello. Oh, that was a really nice Cassante ultimate. Oh, Neely gets an Ari, got her ultimate out. She has Malignance online, so again, she'll have her ultimate back up in a minute. Draven going to get himself some farm, which is always good. He has his Essence Reaver. So everybody in this game, apart from, I think, the top laners and supports, have got their first item on ready. Lee Sin, both obviously junglers, Sundered Sky. Sundered Sky, very strong item. I'd say arguably it's a bit stronger on Volibear than it is Lee Sin. But yeah, it's a strong item nonetheless. All right, if Faker can... Oh, they are going for a play. So Faker did a really smart thing and actually was holding his ball. Early ultimates. Nico comes in. Faker is probably going to go down, but how many can they kill? None. Oh, that is a 4v2. Nearly gets a kill. Unfortunate. Faker played that well. The early ultimate was both good and bad. It was good because it delayed the engage of the Yone and stuff. But then when they eventually got on top of him, then he just took absolute free damage. So again, good to see EST, you know, they do have to achieve things. I know that sounds stupid to say, but they're taking initiative. They're coordinating a play. 4 people in bot lane, let's go for it. They get 2 kills, nobody dies. That's good. That's what they have to try and do. The only thing I would say, Draven, I would say as a character, you kind of need to get going this game. Get him, you know, if he's got his axe passive and he's going to make a bunch of money from that, he needs a kill. So I would really want to see if EST want to try and snowball and take over and take kind of like momentum, you need to make a play with Draven work. You have to. And pretty soon, like literally, I'd say pretty soon, you need to make a play with Draven work. Bump, bump. So right now, the advantage, huge advantage, is between the AD carries. So Kalista is 1.7k up right now. I think that's what that means. Yeah, it is what it means. Top lane is actually hilariously even, but that's because Yone got himself a kill and an assist over the Cassante. Jungler is even right now too. Slight advantage is actually going to Cody over Faker. There we go. So lane economy snapshot. What does that mean? Is that, I guess that's the gold lead. Maybe now? Oh, Faker just pulls the ultimate out. So one thing, oh, Faker actually mispositioned though, and they do get him. Wow, that's good to see, man. I like it. So Faker went for an early ultimate, and that's what you sometimes from really good Oriannas, they just go for ults. Like, how many Oriannas have you guys seen in your own games that they're waiting on the perfect 4 or 5 man ultimate? They don't come. You know, they come. They're so rare. It is better to go for an ultimate on 1 to 2 people that they're not expecting and you're guaranteed to hit, rather than holding onto your ultimate and kind of going, I'm waiting for 4 people. So Faker that was good, I think. And again, I don't know if they're going to do a replay of it. I guess he got charmed because he did make his way into basically the tower. He's got flash available unless he didn't have it at the time. So I guess a charm must have come in. So yeah, honestly, EST's doing well. They've got kill lead. They are still behind on gold. The one thing that T1 is doing very well, even though some of these plays EST is managing, they've never got what I would call momentum. All right, my mind. They've never had momentum. They're constantly on the back foot. They're constantly losing towers. They don't have dragon priority. So even though they're going for these plays, a lot of the time what EST is doing, and I'm not calling it bad, but they are using, you can see here, numbers. And that's a tier 2 tower that's so much gold. So EST is going, right, we need to go for plays. Let's get at least 4 people in all these plays practically every time. But, you know, yeah, you might get 1, you might get 2 kills. But then if T1 is still getting a tower, they're still getting a dragon, you're never getting ahead. So right now, it's very vanilla. Slight gold lead for... it's a gold lead for T1 by like 4k, even though EST has got the kill lead. And that's why, again, kills aren't everything if you're giving up towers and farm and all that stuff. So it's actually now a 2.3k gold lead for Kalista. So that's the majority, obviously. Faker has managed to get himself back into a gold lead position as well. Jungle is still even, but that is basically it. And yeah. And again, moving into mid to late game, I would give the late game to T1. I think Kalista is a little bit better than Draven in late game, but also combining, you know, the ultimate with a Nico combo is very strong. Obviously, the combo combining the Kalista, Nico, and Orianna together is incredible with a Lee Sin cook over the top. The EST don't really have that combo. You know, they've got a Rel, I guess, and Yone. I guess, but that's not a crazy combo. All right, so EST grouping 5. I guess the reason that they're doing this, by the way, and it has to work, because look, T1 has got Orianna top lane, Cassante was bot. They're always going for it. Getting CC'd straight away. Whoa! Oh my god, Yone died. So the reason why they would have gone for that play, by the way, is they're feeling pressured. And they're like, we have to make a play happen. And if we don't make a play happen, we're basically conceding the game. But that was a really weird dive by the Yone. T1 did react to it really well. They insta-chain CC'd the Yone, so none of his DPS worked. And now, obviously, T1, like I said, every play that EST is doing... Hey, good denial. Every play that EST is doing, T1 is answering back. And this time, they've answered back by grouping as well, where obviously before, they were getting a tower, getting a dragon. Oh! Oh, good CC chain by EST, but again, one person goes down. Their inhib is now gone. So this is a great example that it's okay to give kills up. It's okay, like there, Lee Sin dies. He probably didn't need to, but T1 is always answering it with something good for them. And that's the thing. That's how you stop a game snowballing against you if you're even down on kills, is you answer it constantly with a benefit for your team. Good go, my mate. And that's what T1 has done basically perfectly this game. So T1 have denied the lane phase that EST wanted, and every time EST has gone for a big play, T1 has answered it with something that they, you know, something else. A tower has been the prime example, because right now it's 7 towers to 1. Which is a lot. So Draven, if this Draven doesn't get his payout, by the way, this game, he's got 280 or 290 stacks, by the way. I don't know how much gold that actually is. I think, yeah, I think it's a 3-on-1 ratio, so that might be 900 gold bonus. If he gets it, that's a lot of gold. And that could be, again, it's what EST needed was a fed Draven. Which I don't know if they're going to get. It might be too late in the game. Yeah, Draven for 1 kill right now would get over 1,000 gold. He'd get like 1.1, 1.2k gold for 1 kill. That is crazy. So you can start to see now, T1 is thinking about Baron. So they're starting just to get a bit of vision. Whoa, are you really going for that? I would never go for that. You've got Draven having to stay mid lane. You've got Yone having to cover a bot lane. That was going to be a 3 engage, and you don't have full vision on the enemy team. That was very risky. So again, really good scouting by Nico. Can use her W to actually kind of exactly find out where people are without any risk. Volibear trying to do the exact same thing with his his AoE shieldy thing. H Mando. So the one thing that you know, Baron is always a risk if the enemy team are alive. Will T1 do it? Probably no. Because I think they know that they're slowly winning this game. The enemy team is slowly kind of getting bled out. There are 2 dragons. Another dragon's coming up now. You can play the slow game. You have to remember, this is pro play. It's not solo queue. And pro play, again, it's a lot slower. It's a lot more methodical. You know, right now we're in a 23-minute game and there's 7 kills on one side, 8 on the other. That's not a crazy amount of kills. If this was a even solo queue challenger game, there'd probably be near enough double the amount of kills. Right, so Cassante fighting 2v1. TP by Orianna. Can Cassante survive? And he's ulted now. And Orianna, unstoppable Cassante. Faker gets charmed with a big ultimate. Oh my god, Draven died. No. Oh, Draven. Honestly, I know teams probably don't FF. The game's over at this point. The fact that Draven did not get that shot like that payout, it's over, dude. It is over. That was... Oh, again, if it was solo queue, yeah, this Draven would rage quit, knowing Dravens. Now they might go for a Baron. So again, never go for it when it's risk. There's not really a risk to it right now. The 2 carries of the enemy team are dead. Kira's going to try and just CC. Stops the Volibear. So he is, again, they have to try and go for it, but they're in a 2v5 situation. And you can see here, they're not even focusing Kira. Kira's having a nice time fighting them, to be honest. If I was... oh my god, he's getting rid of them. And yeah, now, there's the Baron. Volibear was too late. You can understand, obviously, them trying to get the Baron. It's arguably the only way that they could turn this game at all. But yeah, the fact that Kira literally 3v1'd is kind of mad. So Cassante just teleports straight into the enemy base. And again, when, you know, the thing with T1, they play a slow early game because that's they know that's how they can win. And then when you have Baron, and oh, here's the combo. That's their combo. The 3 champions I mentioned, Rel, Yone, and then a Draven ult. Unfortunately, with how behind they are, oh, he died. Lee Sin, and Zeus is going to go down, so the enemy team's going to get a bit of return here. Cassante's got nowhere to go. He's not running flash, obviously. Oh, big ulti! Oh! Dude, these are Faker ultimates. They just come out of nowhere. Oh, was it Kira? Oh. Callista died. Oh my god, these Faker ults. Hey, D-Fox. Ooh. That was a legit 4-man ulti. So this has been a Kiria. Kiria. Kia. Are they a card? All right, that is going to be the game 1. GG, well played. Whoa. So yeah, that was really clean by T1. So again, just to summarize, they denied the lane phase what EST wanted completely. And that's the problem, I guess, with lane swap meta, is you can't now go, hey, let's pick a lane that stomps lane phase, because then a team like T1 is just going to go, we're not laning against you, see you later, goodbye. It worked perfectly. And you could definitely, well, one thing I would say, which obviously I don't know is true, T1 obviously has practiced that a lot, the lane swap and all that. From the start, I don't think EST has. The fact that Yone was kind of wandering around, was mid lane kind of sharing XP with the RE, that's really bad, you know? That's awful. So if I had to guess, I would imagine they haven't actually practiced laning like that. Which again, some regions obviously are going to go in with every single strategy under their belt. T1 is definitely a team that's going to go in with lane phase, normal, lane split, and all this stuff. So yeah. But again, another big thing that I would say that, the big reason that T1 won this game is even though EST used number advantage, hey, they got some picks, they got some kills, there was never one situation that EST came out of something completely ahead. Every time that they did something, yeah, they got 2 kills. T1 got a tower. T1 got a dragon. T1 got something for it. So there was never a situation that EST was like, yes, we got that. We're a little bit ahead now. Never happened. But anyway, that is game 1. I might upload that to the HuzzyGames. And basically, just if you made it to the end of the video, hello, just to explain what I'm going to be doing for my MSI co-streaming, I'm allowed to upload these on YouTube. They have to be a day after that they go live. So I'm allowed to upload this tomorrow if I wanted to. But what I've kind of said to myself is I'm going to upload good games and fun games on HuzzyGames. I'm going to upload this one because it's the first game that I'm doing. But then every other game that I do will end up on Huzzy Extra. So obviously right now we're trying to get Huzzy Extra re-monetized. So the more videos, the better. So every single MSI video that I do that doesn't go on HuzzyGames will end up on Huzzy Extra. So again, it's linked in the description on the YouTube video. If you want to go there, go there. But yeah, let's get on to game 2. But if you enjoyed this, like, comment, subscribe. If you've got any feedback at all, let me know. And I will see you guys next time. Goodbye.
Call down the reckoning to bring back hope and peace. Restore our glory to live forever. Bring down the dark regime. I know how to unleash eternal peace.